Leo, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for mid-June 2023. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you beautiful people out there. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes into energy and see what's going on for the lovely Leos. My guides, talk to me about my beautiful friends here. What's going on with the collective? And yeah, we're going to take a real quick look at this first card, then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock. Let's see what's going on for Leo, please. Nice and quick, my guides. Thank you. Okay, big High Priestess energy. You could be very much sensitive or extra sensitive to energy when this card shows up. Okay, very spiritual, all about hidden knowledge as well. So we'll talk about that. Lots of stuff going on with this oracle card. Before we do, though, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the June subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk about it. Now, obviously, this oracle deck isn't the tarot deck, but when I see this card, it gives me a lot of the similar themes and archetypes to the High Priestess, right? You see this older, strong, divine feminine figure with the crystal ball. There's a key. There's a lockbox next to her. So we do think of someone who has some secret or exclusive knowledge of some sort. So maybe there is something you're privy to that those around you aren't. You could be diving deep in spirituality. You could be diving deep in search of information when this card shows up. But generally with High Priestess energy, it does speak about intuition, intuitiveness, and spiritual sensitivity. So in this time, especially if you're an energetically sensitive person, you might want to ground yourself down, meditate a little more than usual. You could be picking up on a lot of things that you don't normally do. This isn't a bad card or a challenge card by any means. For some of you, it could represent the unknown, which was showing up in last week's reading as well. So some of you could just be spirituality based, but let's put her over there. We're going to get into tarot. I always say the first card doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. But yeah, I'm going to get you 3 tarot cards before we get the intuitive juiciness going. Shuffle it up here one time for you, Leo. Guides, talk to me. What's up with my friends in mid-June? So, last week's reading, it was titled An Unexpected Situation, and I was picking that up for a lot of Leos, and it didn't necessarily mean just for you, but like popping up with people and those around you, just unexpected things cropping up and popping up. So if that has been the case, hopefully it hasn't been too rough on you, but we're going to see what we have for you this week, my friends. Let's get you 3 cards in the upright before we get the intuitive stuff going. As you know, energy is very fluid. It's never set in stone, so only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or someone you're winged to. Let's get you 3. What do we got for Leo here, please? Okay, now the deck is being specific. For those of you that are new here, I only read jumpers. Okay, we got the Queen of Pentacles, big boss type of energy, huh? Big focus on the money, and I've been seeing that with all the fire signs this week thus far. There's a lot of pentacle, earthy, money-based type of energy happening here. Big boss energy. Let's get you 2 more. Energy of good things, blessings, abundance. I really like it. Okay, yeah, we're gonna have to talk about this, Leo. We have the 4 of Pentacles, some more of this earthy energy, but we got something on the end that we're really gonna need to dive in with. We got the 10 of Swords. Don't be too nervous about that. We never get nervous about cards around here, but that could be some sort of pain. We're gonna have to talk about this. Let's go through one by one. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, then we'll get that juicy intuitive stuff going. Now, at first glance, when I look down at this spread, very interesting. We have double earth energy right here. So that could be a big focus on money, work, the home, material things. You might just be all about your pentacles. I also want to represent or say that in this spread, in between this neutral card, we have extremely positive and blessings, but we also have some pain showing up here. So could be something that's up in the air, could be one or the other, or even both. Let's just go through one by one, then we'll get into the finer details. But position number 1, the Queen of Pentacles, this could represent an earth sign that you're connected to. When we see the Queen of Pentacles, I always say it's a very similar energy to the Empress, that beautiful divine feminine energy, the goddess figure. Now, it doesn't matter if you're male, female, or anything in between. This is someone that is extremely focused and driven towards those pentacles, that material. So whether you are focused on work, your own personal finances, it's showing up here with this. And when I see her, I do think of grounded blessings, abundance, and just overflowing goodness. So we want to see what she is representing. Now, all cards have a double-edged sword. The rougher side of this Queen of Pentacles, it could represent someone that's very stubborn, immovable, not flexible, and they're not going to change one way or another. The same could be said for this very next card. A lot of them run with similar archetypes. So let's just place her down right here. For some of you that if it's not a mother figure or an earth sign, we really want to dive deep on that. Now, moving to the center, we got the Four of Pentacles. This card does get a bit of a bad reputation, I believe. It's not always bad. In the positive, this card could represent somebody who's saving for a rainy day. Spirit could be asking you to do that, like, hey, save up those pentacles, prepare, use some foresight, make a 5-year plan, whatever it might be. This could be someone that is cautious. This is a card of caution. Another thing, though, it could also be someone that's possessive or jealous, so that is something you need to watch out for. I do believe I saw that in recent weeks, that there could be someone around that has some jealousy issues or possessiveness. It could be someone that refuses to let go of something. So when we look at how the energy is flowing here with this very positive, but someone's refusing to let go of this possible 10 of Swords on the back end, we really want to check it out. But the clarifiers will really tell us the tale, whether this is a warning or just like a speed bump of some sort. Okay, it could even be good. Who knows? Because with the way the energy also flows in this spread, like things might be good or things might seem good, but you might be vigilant, like, or trying to stay prepared in case something goes off the rails. Let me straighten these cards out. It's not as easy as it looks, my friends. Now, moving to the very back end here, we got the 10 of Swords. It is a card that evokes an uneasy feeling when you see it come up in a reading. Tens in tarot represent endings. This card could represent pain, a rough and tough type of ending. In its worst sense, it could be betrayals and rock bottoms of different kinds, different sorts. So this could be a big warning or a red flag of some sort. But with the way this reading was playing out, maybe you're just being very cautious, trying to avoid this. Or this could be something from the past that's still lingering in the energy. We'll just have to see. But once again, some of you, this could be someone you're close to that's in a lot of pain or hurting for some sort of reason. The positives of this card is there's only one way to go, and that's up, right? Like the worst of it's over when this card shows up. So let's just place this here. Like, we're really going to need to dig out some more detail of this spread, Leo. Let's do that. We're going to jump in and clarify. All right, let's get a good shuffle here for my lovely, beautiful Leo friends, my guides. What's happening? And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Queen of Pentacles. And yes, my friends, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages that you want to give to Leo, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. All right, Queen of Pentacles time. Where's that Queen of Pentacles here for my friends? Man, the deck is being so specific for the Leos this week. Okay, yeah, things are getting better a little bit. Okay, we have the 5 of Cups in reverse. Usually when we mix water and earth, this does talk about blessings and abundance. So for a lot of you, there could be something that does come in that puts a smile on your face, turns that frown upside down, makes you very happy. We'll see when we get further through the reading. I don't want to come in and say, oh, this is a blessing, this is a possible massive winner victory just yet. But the 5 of Cups is generally called the River of Tears, sadness. When we see it in reverse, this is somebody healing. So for a lot of you, either you're going through some sort of process where you're trying to heal yourself, heal with somebody else. Maybe it's someone you're connected to. They're in a process of getting better or healing in some sort of way. And it's showing up here prominently, which isn't a bad thing. It's never a bad thing to heal properly. But to me, it is things improving or looking like they're getting better, slowly but surely, progressing. So we'll see how the rest of this energy plays out as we move through, because like I said, we got this, which could be a speed bump or a challenge. Then we got that 10 of Swords we're staring at down the end. A portion of you with, like I said, you could be very much on guard or cautious, all right, trying to avoid situations like this in the future, maybe still hanging on. So we'll just have to see how this all plays out. However, I do feel like this is positive right here on the front end of progress and forward momentum, healing. Let's get in on that 4 of Pentacles. things getting better, which is nice. So why is that 4 of Pentacles here? I'm just going to keep moving along. I like to keep the readings as simple as possible, my friends. Why am I getting this energy of like denied? Okay, we have the Page of Wands in the upright underneath this 4 of Pentacles. Like there might be someone or something that you're shutting down or denying in this time, where somebody could be doing that to you. Okay, like some sort of big denial of some sort. Right now, the Page of Wands could represent you. For a portion of you, you might be in a mode where you're not as outgoing as you normally are. You might be retreating back for whatever reason. That could be a big vibe here. Keeping to yourself, keeping quiet. There could be information you're keeping to yourself as well when we have this in the center. But with this Page of Wands, it's a talk-based energy. It's a movement-based energy. When I see it underneath this 4 of Pentacles, it's like literally having some sort of conversation where it's like, nope, we're shutting this down. Denied type of energy. So take from that what you will. Whether it's whatever way it's going, like whether it's a person coming in, a situation, a work thing, there's a rejection here, a rejection or denial. So we're going to keep moving over to the 10 of Swords. Could it be linked up to this energy? Possibly, but we'll see what's up. Interesting stuff. I mean, but like I said, for a portion of you, you might just be keeping to yourself, right? It could read like that. Somebody getting better, somebody healing, somebody keeping to themselves or withholding information. Let's go in on that 10 of Swords though. Then we'll do a recap before we get into the shadow card. So why is this 10 of Swords here? Is it a warning of some sort? Why is that 10 of Swords here? Very interesting, my friends. Thank you. Big ending energy right here on the back end. We have the World in reverse. This is somebody that does not want to repeat the same cycle, repeat the same mistake. Straight up. Now, the World in reverse. Some of you could be very much pained by what's going on in the world today, or world events could have you very much on edge. I don't blame you, especially if you're paying attention to what's going on in the world today. For a portion of you, that could be it. But when we have the 10 of Swords clarified by the World in reverse, we're talking about endings. The World in reverse could talk about an ending that's already happened, that's already elapsed. So when we see it underneath this 10 of Swords, either there is a 10 of Swords moment, an ending or a pain that's still lingering, that still needs to be solved, or could be worked. You might be working through it, or this is somebody like really nervous to make the same mistake twice. Like, I'm not going to make that mistake again. I'm not going to go into this cycle again. Like, I've been around, I've seen it happen, and like, fool me once, shame on you type of energy. So do with that what you will, my friends. I mean, big ending energy right here on the back end. Another thing I'm seeing with fire signs, a lot of cycles closing. But for some of you, if like what's going on in the world today or world events are really making you anxious or nervous or causing you grief, maybe try to disconnect a little bit and be like this queen in the front end. Let's go through and do a quick little recap, because this is a lot of energy, whether it's yours or somebody else's. In position number 1, before we get into the shadow card, we have the Queen of Pentacles with the 5 of Cups in reverse. To me, this did feel like somebody in heal mode, right? Like trying to heal something within themselves or healing some sort of energy. It's also getting better slowly but surely, like progress, one foot in front of the other. So it does feel good to me, and it could lead to possible abundance and blessings. Moving to the center, though, we have the 4 of Pentacles with the Page of Wands and the upright, a card that could represent you. And I'm getting the energy of rejection or denial, whether it's you or somebody else here. It's like, okay, now we're not talking about this, or we're not entertaining this. That's a big vibe. For a portion of you, you might just be keeping to yourself. Now, this could read like a whole one storyboard or separate things. You might be healing. You might be keeping to yourself. You might not want to repeat same mistakes. So that could be a big thing we're showing up here. If you're connected to somebody and you're cross-watching, this could be their whole energy they're in. But on the back end, we have the 10 of Swords with the World in reverse. 2 cards that do represent closeouts and endings. The World does tell us that this could have already happened or elapsed. So it's somebody not wanting to make the same mistakes twice or relive some sort of pain. Or this is just 10 of Swords ending energy that's still lingering around for whatever reason, whether it's been a day, a week, a month, a year, a decade. These energies can linger for quite a while. So please take a screenshot. I'm going to get you one shadow card here, Leo. Interesting reading. I wouldn't say anything here is super treacherous, right? We're just taking a look at some possible tough energies, pardon me. Let's see what's in the shadows for you, my friends. What's in the shadows for Leo, please? I'm using the Shadowland Tarot for this portion as usual. It's one of my favorite decks. There we go. Thank you. Hey, we got our King of Cups, aka Kyle of Cups, with a tentacle beard in this deck. Very odd, right? Now, what do we know about this King of Cups, right? We're looking at the shadow side of this as well. The King of Cups could just represent history you have with the water sign. We often see the King of Cups show up in love readings, romantic readings, or emotional situations. So this could represent the dark side of that. So Spirit could be telling you, like, in this time, there is something going on internally and emotionally that should be really looked at. For a portion of you, yeah, you could just be going through romantic issues and things, or people that you have that connection with when the King of Cups shows up. Another thing I do have to say about this card is it can represent someone who hits the bottle a little bit or overconsumes in its reverse shadow side. So Spirit could be warning you against overconsumption of any kind when this shows up in the shadow. So do with that what you will, whether it's a message for you or someone you're closely connected to. That's what I always think when I say the shadow side of the King of Cups, like someone trying to numb those energies or numb those emotions away. So yeah, Leo, that's what I have for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet. I'm going to give you the details of the June subscriber surprise. If you got your name in for the May subscriber surprise, the winners will be announced in my community tab after this week's Fire and Air readings. But for the month of June, I'll be giving away 2 copies of the beautiful Everyday Witches Tarot. It's one of my favorite decks out there. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things. As always, my friends, first, you must be subscribed, which I'm sure you already are. And second, let me know down in the comments, out of all the cards in this week's reading, which one explains how you're feeling currently right now. Which one are you vibing with? You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, I'll put the winners in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you next time.